Hey guys, it's me, Vinny Lospinuso. This is a little bit late. This happened a couple hours ago, but the Arizona Cardinals have traded for this wide receiver, Robbie Anderson from the Carolina Panthers. We don't really know much about the details, but it's more than likely a late round pick for the upcoming draft. Robbie Anderson, of course, has been with the Panthers the last couple of years, and this weekend against the Rams, there was a bit of an outburst he had, and he was taken away into the locker room. And we knew that he's had some issues with, the team in the past, being fed up with having Sam Darnold as a quarterback, and also this year with Baker Mayfield as quarterback, and PJ Walker now as his quarterback. Meanwhile, the Arizona Cardinals, they're 2-3. They're in the last place in the NFC West, which has a three-way tied for first place. DeAndre Hopkins is coming back, so that seems okay. But then you also realize Marquise Brown, the wide receiver they traded for during the draft, is now out for the season. So they traded for Robbie Anderson just to see whatever they can do to help the Cardinal season from falling apart. And usually the last two seasons, it would be they would start very hot, but then they would cool down mightily by the end of the year. Because in 2020, they missed out an entire playoff berth because of the end of the season. The Bears end up in there instead. And then last year, the Cardinals were at one point the top seed in the NFC, and then before falling down all the way to fifth and second in their division, only to lose against the Rams. They got blown out in the wild card round. So this is good for the Cardinals. They need wide receiver help. But honestly, at this point, I don't know how much it's really going to help because look at how the Rams are right now. They're not that great, but they're better than the Cardinals. The Niners are great defensively, but not too great offensively, especially in terms of passing. And this for Seahawks, yeah, their offense is good, but their defense is horrible. So with very little separation between the Cardinals and the rest of the teams in the NFC West, this could be a big opportunity for them to take advantage of a relatively weak division in a year where the NFC South isn't that great, the NFC West isn't that great, and the AFC North honestly isn't that great. And the NFC North isn't that great either. The Cardinals, if they find a way, they could try to make this happen, but I'm not sure about it. I still think that in a division like the NFC West, you can have the Niners or the Rams winning that division, and the Cardinals, they might decide to fire Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, that was a questionable hire even back then, and while it has worked out so far, they made the playoffs last year. They've had a 500 or above record the last two seasons. But in a year where the Cardinals, many thought, could potentially go to the playoffs, they are the worst team in their division. So they might decide to dump Cliff Kingsbury and get a new head coach. And Kyler Murray wanted a big contract extension, and he got it, and hasn't been as good so far. So we'll see what happens. But stay tuned. I'm going to give my report on what's going to happen with the Commanders next video.